I've had a lot of conversations about this coffee table and I'm getting a lot of questions, so I thought I'll make a video to show you the process of how I made it, the materials I used, and the steps I follow. Stay tuned. I started the build with these 6 planks of wood. My neighbor had these lying around, so I asked him for it and he gave them to me. I think it's pine. These 2 big old bed heads. This cabinet I found in the neighborhood with the bed heads. These are the legs for the bed heads. First things first, cut the bed heads in half. These are going to make the legs for my table. Next step, measure and cut the bed heads into a rectangle. I didn't know it then, but I was cutting like a complete amateur, making the job a lot harder for myself. What I should have done was take it outside, lay it down flat, and I would have made short work of that. But it was raining and whatever, you live and you learn. Next thing, sanding. It took me 3 days, sanding solid by hand. I wasn't even halfway finished. On the 3rd day, I bought myself a sanding machine. I really didn't want to part with the cash, but seriously, sanding is a lot of work and it's just taking too much time. But trust me, within the first 40 minutes of using this, I got all the sanding done. So that's why I was chuckling in that clip. Trust me, well worth the investment. Now, burn the surface of the wood using a blowtorch. If one's not available, use a butane cooking torch. Using a metal brush, scrape away the charred surface of the wood. This would reveal the grain underneath. The butane wasn't burning the wood deep enough, so I just decided to make a bonfire. Bonfire gave me a deeper burn. Now when I scrape off the charred surface, I should get a better contrast in the wood grain. Back to sanding. Here I'm using a thin strip of sanding paper pressing against a thin piece of wood, just to bring out the finer details. Originally, I was going to use this mahogany wood stain to color the table, but after the wood dried, I didn't like the look of it. It looked artificial. So I end up not using that piece of plank. Something satisfying when you apply clear varnish to a fresh piece of wood. Watch the colors just pop. I measure and cut these 4 rectangles from hardwood and drill some holes in them. I'm drilling holes because it's hardwood and it's really hard. When I drill a screw through it, these tiny holes should make it go in smoothly. Next, line up and drill the same holes in the legs. Wood adhesive, really strong stuff. I'm going to glue and screw down these rectangles. Straight. I did a quick dry fit test just to be sure everything is leveled. It wasn't because I didn't measure it. Luckily, I know a carpenter who was willing to set things straight. And as a bonus, he showed me his handmade nunchucks. Back to work, finish off varnishing the legs. Trace around and stick this underneath the leg to stop it from scratching anything. Finally, balance the legs upright on something. Apply this wool adhesive to the corners and glue the bottom shelf down. Put some weights on it to hold everything in place. Remember that cupboard at the start? I cut a piece from it to use as a base to attach the long planks of wood to it. I'm going to screw 8 long screws down through the cupboard, through the legs to attach it. I'm applying a generous amount of wood adhesive to the 3 middle planks, and then I'm going to glue it to the base of the table. Then I weigh it down with lots of weights. I want a nice tight seal, so I'm even going to sit on it for about 10 minutes or so. Go on Facebook or something. Now that the adhesive is semi-dry, I'm going to press against the corners of the wood and screw it down. Burning the wood warps the wood, so the planks are all twisted. Now is my chance to get everything straight and lined up. After applying some wood adhesive on the top of the legs, placing the base of the table on the top, I'm going to screw it down with 8 long bolts through the base. And finally, glue the wood adhesive on the corner base of the table. Lay the planks down. Use lots of weights to keep everything secure. Screw from underneath the base through the plank of the wood to keep everything tight.
I'm finally awake. I can finally see clearly.
Repeat on the opposite side and voila, you're finished.